May the House please come to order. Honorable delegates, distinguished student officers, esteemed directors, press, admin staff, and the most welcome guests. My name is Esther Duan, and I'm honored to be serving as the Secretary General of the 2023 Annual Pacific American School Model United Nations. Let me begin by first giving thanks to a few people who made this conference possible. Thank you to Mr. Zachary Cook for offering us guidance and support in the months leading up to the conference. Special thanks to Jeffrey Huang, Anzhou Xu, Jean Tsai, Allison Chen, Blake Chan, Weiwei Chao, Jackie Huang, and Ben Tsai for being the best team during preparation. Lastly, I would like to thank you all who stuck with us in this time of uncertainty. Whether you are a director or a delegate, an admin staff or a press team member, we are so grateful to see you here, show up here today. When the secretaries are brainstorming this year's theme, Navigating the Changing Tides, we wanted to address the ongoing political, environmental, and social uncertainties worldwide, but also provide a sense of perspective into the future. From the global energy crisis to the protests in China, and from the tensions in the Taiwan Strait to the rippling effects of inflation, we see geopolitical situations escalate while the repercussions of the pandemic continue to persist. With this in mind, the metaphor of tides and wave seems to be the perfect symbol to embody our current challenges. However, the key to this theme is actually in its verb, to navigate. How can we navigate and adapt to the current landscape while steering our society to a new horizon? We therefore encourage you, delegates, to explore the complexity of global issues and come up with intricate solutions. In fully embracing our conference theme, we have opened up one additional committee, the General Assembly Third Committee. Just like in any other committees, delegates in the GA3 will be investigating complex problems and lobbying for practical solutions. Additionally, as we saw an increasing number of passionate young students aspiring to debate, we will be hosting 3 middle school committees this year. Lastly, I am proud to announce that PASMUN's long-time commitment to sustainability and environmental awareness has been taken to a new level this year. Aside from being a paperless conference employing digital note passing system, we are launching the collaboration with the PAS Sustainability Program. Delegates, when you enter your committee room, you may have already seen the various souvenirs placed on your desk. Among them, there is a unique coaster made out of 100% recycled plastic. For this, we want to give a huge thanks to Mr. Freddy and the Upcycling Club, who has spent countless hours handmade 300 sustainable coasters for this conference, achieving a mission that may seem impossible at first. Although we have put a lot of work into making PASMUN 2023 possible, it is at last up to you to create real change, to amplify your voices, and to make PASMUN a conference worth reminiscing. I, along with my fellow secretariat members, sincerely hope that you have a great time here this weekend. We wish you the best of luck. Thank you. And now, please welcome our MUN Director and PASMUN Advisor, Mr. Zachary Cook.
Good morning, everyone. Thank you for coming to PASMUN. It's great to see you again for those of you who are returning and also those of you who are new. Okay, so we have chosen the theme this year of Navigating the Changing Tides, which is always relevant to our MUN conferences. So I'm not going to stand up here and talk for very long because, as you know, this is supposed to be about the students, but I will say a few things. First of all, I do need to thank my students who most of the time don't even act like students, they act like colleagues because they're so highly capable, especially my seniors, Esther, Jeffrey, and Enzo, as well as the admin team led by Jean Tsai. They last night did what we previously thought impossible and got us out at a decent hour after preparations. We were out of here by like, what, 6 o'clock? 5 o'clock, as opposed to midnight in previous years. So that is high-level organization that will prepare them for the rest of their lives, just like what you are doing right now should be preparing you for the rest of your lives. Because what you are doing here does matter. I have had students, and I'm sure other directors have as well, because students are kind of natural complainers, and I admit teachers are not much better, but it does matter. Students often say, well, why should we debate this? The result's not going to matter. It's not going to make a difference anyway. Well, it might someday. You're building skills for the future. The comfortable world that we live in right now was not created in a vacuum. Okay? Every single day, there are people working hard to make sure that the trash is picked up, that the streets are safe, and that eggs are on the shelf, at least most of the time. Okay. So those people weren't created in a vacuum either. They had to go to a place called schools where they cultivate their minds and sharpen their wits so they can train to make the world that you live in go round. And then whenever it doesn't go round, like in some parts of the world that you're going to talk about today, they need to be there to manage things. Just a few years ago, I was in a country called Ukraine. Now, just 1 year ago, we were 1 week away from an invasion of Ukraine that none of us really imagined, or at least we didn't fathom the extent of it. Okay? We might have thought that it's possible that the Russians might invade Ukraine, but we did not imagine the all-out bombardment that we've been looking at for the last year. When I was in Ukraine, it was a peaceful, idyllic country full of jovial people. And now it's turned on its head. That could happen at any time, and that is why young people need to be prepared over years to manage these things whenever you become adults. So it does matter, okay? But we can relax a little bit. Right now, you are still in school, and it is, at the same time, fun to meet with this model UN community that we've sort of built over the years, that we sort of meet every couple months now. And if you are new, maybe you're a middle schooler, you do have years of model UN and model UN community to look forward to, okay? Which does lead me to my sort of yearly message to the middle schoolers that I often say, don't be nervous. I understand that it can be intimidating looking at all these people and their ties and their professionalism and giving their speeches full of platitudes and everything else, okay? But at the end of the day, right now, you just need to get comfortable with standing up and giving a speech, overcoming your fears, building confidence. I always find that the middle schoolers do benefit more than anybody else from this conference. They come in scared to death, and then by Sunday afternoon, they're new people, okay? I do believe that that will happen to most of you, high schoolers, middle schoolers alike. Many of you high schoolers are experienced. It's not your first rodeo. You've heard this all before. You might not even be listening to me right now. But I hope you are. Okay. So thank you for coming. I am going to let you get to the video that was made by the very talented Sandy Chen and then get you off to your committees so you can debate and prepare to change the world and navigate the changing tides. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Cook. We have also brought to you a short video made by Sandy Chen, Joshua Chen, and Vincent Wu from PASMUN Tribune to give you all a brief overview of the PASMUN agenda this year. Please enjoy the video.
Majestic creatures called home.
Thank you, Sandy, Joshua, and Vincent. And now, please welcome a music performance brought to you by our talented musician, Brian Chen. He'll be playing songs from Era 2.
Thank you, Brian. During this conference, you will also be meeting your chairs, who are here to assist you during lobbying and debate. The chairs act as one of the main supporters of the delegates, and on behalf of the Secretariat, I would like to thank all the student officers for their hard work in the month leading up to today. We will now commence with presenting the gavels to our student officers of PASMUN 2023. Chairs, when your name has been called, please approach the stage and receive your gavels. Security Council President Chen Yuan Li and Deputy President Ivana Li. General Assembly 1, Head Chair Karina Chang and Deputy Chair Victor Kang. General Assembly 3, Head Chair Wei Wei Chao and Deputy Chair Yan Huan. General Assembly 4, Head Chair Tammy Xu and Deputy Chair King Sen-yu. United Nations Environment Program President Hubert Huang and Deputy President Ivy Malmström. Economic and Social Council President Hubert Chang and Deputy President Justin Tsai. Advisory Panel President Aurora Huang and Deputy President Ryuka Goto. Human Rights Council President Jackie Huang and Deputy President Ray Chia. Middle School Human Rights Council President Lydia Chen and Deputy President Lin Yu. Middle School General Assembly 1, President Darren Lin and Deputy President Angel Wang. Middle School Sustainable Development Committee, President Saya Kaufman and Deputy President Amber Lee. Youth Action Committee President Chloe Lau, Deputy President Aurora Lee, and Deputy President Jason Yang. And finally, the International Court of Justice President Ethan Stonicky, President Devin Kong, and Registrar Shannon Yan. Thank you, chairs. Please still give all the chairs a round of applause. Now, to ensure everyone's safety during the conference, we'll be playing a video that details the emergency evacuation procedures.
Welcome to Pacific American School. While we are confident that you will find your time here productive and educational, it is important to know what to do if an unexpected emergency occurs. Therefore, we ask that you please pay careful attention to the following safety procedures. Earthquakes. In Taiwan, we have a lot of small earth tremors. These are normal and nothing to worry about, but occasionally, Taiwan does experience more powerful earthquakes. Therefore, it is important to follow the important procedures. When you feel a substantive shaking, immediately drop, cover, and hold. If you are inside, immediately drop into a protected position under a table or desk and cover your head with your arms and hands while holding onto the desk. Try to stay away from windows and interior walls. If you're outside, immediately drop into a protected position by trying to curl your head near your knees and covering it with your arms and hands. After the initial shaking stops, please wait to hear an announcement from the school or staff to either continue to drop, cover, and hold, or to begin to evacuate. Don't stick your head out until you hear the teacher tell you to, or something might fall on it. When you're told to evacuate, do so accordingly to the emergency evacuation plan that we're about to tell you about. But for an earthquake, please make sure you use a bag or book to protect your head on the way out, or at least cover with your hands and arms. Do not re-enter the building until you have been given the all clear. Emergency evacuation. Whether it is an earthquake, a fire, or other forms of natural disasters, we may occasionally need to evacuate the building. If we do, these are the procedures you need to follow. When you hear the staff tell you to evacuate, or hear the evacuation alarm, immediately and silently stand up and proceed calmly to the door. Leave all of your things at your desk unless it is an earthquake and you need to shelter your head with your bag or book. Teachers, please leave the doors open. Silently walk calmly but rapidly along the hall to the nearest stairwell if you are on an upper floor, and to the appropriate exit from the school, as per the evacuation map, unless otherwise instructed. Please remember, no talking, so you can hear instructions. Proceed to the back wall behind the ball courts and find your class's collection point. You should find your assigned teacher holding up a sign. But if your teacher isn't there yet, please line up with your grade level classmates in the proper location and wait for the teacher. Kindergarten to the corner nearest the football pitch, in grade sequence up to the seniors at the opposite corner. Please remember, no talking. After your assigned teacher takes attendance, please sit down and remain silent until you receive further instructions. Shelter in place, or lockdown. Finally, in some emergencies, it is better to just stay put and stay safe. We know we have the river and green spaces in the area, so sometimes it is possible that a snake or a dog might get into the building. Even worse, we might get an intruder or something really dangerous like. Therefore, when you hear the office announce the teachers to secure everyone in the rooms, you need to move to the nearest securable room with an adult. Sit down and stay silent except to answer the teacher while he or she takes roll. Do not try to leave the room until you are allowed to do so. If the announcement instructed everyone to shelter in place, please just sit silently until you receive further instructions. If the announcement was for a lockdown, however, please move away from the windows as the teacher physically locks the door, or help the teacher to block the door with furniture if necessary. If a room has too many windows, please move under the desk and make sure your phone is on silent while you stay absolutely still until you receive further instructions. If you're outside, please move silently to the fence and then follow it with your teacher to the school gate, and from there to the hospital car park. If the teacher instructs you to evacuate, please do so using the school evacuation plan, staying completely silent. In this situation, rather than the courts, you will also move to the fence and around the outside to the gate, then to the hospital car park, where teachers will take roll again. If you get separated from other students, meet in the hospital car park, and do not take instructions from anyone except recognized school personnel or uniformed law enforcement. All of these emergencies procedures are important, but especially the earthquake and evacuation procedures. Remember, the most important things to keep in mind during an emergency are to stay calm, stay quiet, and follow instructions. Thank you, and please enjoy your time at Pacific American School.
Okay, thank you all for attending the open ceremony. We hope you have a great time here this weekend. We now declare PASMUN 2023 officially open. Okay, we'll now be moving your respective. We'll now be moving into your respective committee rooms. So please follow the admin staff and your respective student officers to your committee room once your committee has been called.
Once your committee has been called, guys, we'll call each committee one by one, starting from Security Council. Security Council admins, please get your signs and come to the front of the stage. Admins, once you have your signs, please come to the front of the stage. And only Security Council, one at a time. And now, General Assembly 1. General Assembly 1. Admins, please raise your sign higher. Okay, now General Assembly 4. Sorry. Oh, General Assembly 3, sorry. And now General Assembly 4. General Assembly 4, please follow your admins. That's a tally sheet. What's next? United Nations Environmental Program. Please follow your admins. UNEP. Next, we have ECOSOC. ECOSOC, please follow your admins. You are dismissed. Advisory panel question. APQ, please follow your admins. They're raising the light green sign. Next, Human Rights Council. Human Rights Council, please follow your chair and your admins. Next, we have MS Human Rights Council, Middle School Human Rights Council. Please go directly back to your committee rooms. Middle School SDC, Middle School SDC, Sustainable Development Committee. Follow the orange sign. Yes. Middle School GA1. Middle School GA1. I just don't know. Okay. Youth Action Committee and ICJ, you guys can both go.
Yo, ICJ presidents, Skanaki, get your advocates and judges to the room and to a roll call, okay?
Okay, directors, you guys can go back to the director lunch. Thank you. Oh, and directors, wait, approval panel, right? Yeah. After you go back to your director's lunch, we'll be having a meeting and teach you guys how to use the approval panel. And by 11 o'clock, you guys can move to the approval panel room. Thank you.